there, I hope you're having a lovely day. My name is May McCoy and I'm an indie author of clean YA fantasy. These are my books right here. And today I thought I would just go through my process for creating a release schedule for my books. Alrighty, so here I have my release schedule pulled up. I already went through and created this morning, but I'm just gonna go through it with you like I'm making it for the first time. So I start backwards usually because that way I can see how far out I really need to set it, because the end of the schedule is always so concentrated that it just makes more sense for me to work backwards for me personally. But whatever way you want to do it is completely fine. Everyone has a different process, obviously. So I started with my release day right here, and I picked January 19th as my tentative release day. Just because I kind of knew I wanted to release it in the winter sometime, and Christmas is so crazy, so I'm like, I'll just schedule it for January so I have more cushion time. So January 19th is the Tuesday that I picked. You obviously don't have to do a Tuesday if you don't want to. If you're self-publishing, it really doesn't matter. It's just kind of an industry standard, and I like having a bunch of shared book birthdays with a bunch of other authors. It's really cool to celebrate our releases on the same day if someone else that you know happens to have a book coming out on that Tuesday as well. But obviously you can do it on whatever day of the week works best for you, especially if you have kind of a tight schedule. Then self-publishing is cool that way. So January 19th was the release day that I picked, and then from there I went a week back, and that's usually when I like to submit my final draft. Oh, you can't even see what I'm highlighting here. I like to use different colors too, but I'll get to why I do that in a minute. So a week back from my release date is usually when I try to submit my final draft, just because that gives me some good cushion time and also gives Amazon time to process my book. Amazon, whatever other self-publishing platforms you're using. I just use KDP personally. And then the day before then is my deadline to finish all edits, so I add that one in there. And then from there I go back about a month to put in my proofreading time. So proof copies take a while to ship usually, and they're really like unpredictable for how long it takes them to ship. So I give myself a lot of cushion time for proofreading, especially because after I proofread, I usually have to like reformat the book, so I just like some extra time to do that. So these I did first, these 4 things I did first, and then I actually added this arc section in later, and I went over here and did format and order proof copy next, because a lot of these are kind of just like cushioned in between the larger timeline things. So we have like the release day, the submitting the final draft, the editing, the proofreading, the ordering proof copy, the copy edits, the beta edits, and then all of these other things I kind of added in later, like the cover reveal, the title reveal, the beta reader call, the street team stuff. So I went in there and added those in later. Before proofreading, I also have to format and order the proof copy, and like I said, the proof copy can sometimes take a little while to ship. So I added about a week of a cushion for formatting and order the proof copy, and then put about a month for proofreading. So that just kind of gives me cushion time in one place or the other. The main thing is that I format and order the proof copy before December 15th. So I like to have that kind of harsh deadline, and then the rest of it can be like cushion time. Same with that week before submitting the final draft. It doesn't have to be a week, you know. Sometimes it's nice if you want to try to get a copy before the release day so you'll have it for your social media promotions, but I've never had mine come before the release day. I think I've always pretty much been down to the wire on that submitting the final draft. I really try to get it done a week before, but sometimes it doesn't happen and it's like 3 days before the release day and I end up submitting it then. But it usually only takes them about 48 hours max to process it. Before I format and order the proof copy, I have to file for copyright, so I just put that a day before. I like to spread these out by days just because it makes it seem more attainable, and then if I do need more cushion, then I can kind of have some of those fall on the same day and affect if I take longer in one place. So file copyright on December 14th. Filing copyright usually takes some patience. So I'm not gonna have anything else on that day. It's just file for copyright. Same with formatting. Formatting is also pretty tedious, so that's a full day too. Okay. Then December 1st is an ARC reader call. That basically means I send out a post on social media saying like, hey, I'm looking for ARC readers. If you would like to apply, here's, the forum. Oh, I don't have okay. I actually have to add one in here. I'm gonna add somewhere in, let's see, November, create ARC form. And we'll label this one with the coinciding color. Okay, so December 1st is my ARC reader call, and in November I'm gonna create the ARC form. November 1st through December 13th is the copy edits. So these take a really long time because they're very tedious and you're having to go line by line and word by word and see what fits and what doesn't fit. And, if I should use this word here instead of this word, if I should say this phrasing instead of this phrasing, which a lot of this actually my beta readers help me with too. Sometimes they won't only do like overarching things. Sometimes they'll also give me like, hey, maybe this word would be better to use here, or this phrase kind of confused me, like maybe change this wording a little bit. So some of those are given to me by my lovely beta readers, and some of them I end up finding when I'm really sitting down with it. I like to print out a copy of it and just go line by line because it helps me see the actual text better than when I'm just reading it on my laptop. So that's copy edits. Copy edits, give yourself a lot of cushion time for copy edits, especially if you have a longer book. Like, I think my book's around 100,000 words, so it's going to take me a little while to do copy edits. And then September 3rd through November 1st, I implement the beta edits that I got before. So that also takes a long time because it's usually developmental and character arc stuff. And like time inconsistencies, world building, info dumping, like all the things that could kind of add little bumps in your reader experience. Then August 1st is the cover reveal. I put this in here because I like to have it a little bit before I release it so I can use it for a lot of promotions. But it also needs to be after the street team stuff. So your street team is basically a bunch of your friends on social media or strangers on social media, whoever wants to help you out with your book release. And they all volunteer to share graphics on their social media pages to kind of spread the word and hype up your release. So I like to street team call before the cover reveal because cover reveal is one of the graphics that I like my street team to share. So the street team call I have at around July 3rd. And then July 20th is when I'm going to select the street team. So that gives people a little while to sign up and just in general me to share it a bunch of times to make sure that people can see that I'm looking for street team people. And so I have that July 3rd, and then July 20th I'll select them and email/DM the goals or like the graphics and when to share them. I'm just gonna keep talking through the yard work. I'm sorry, you guys. So July 2nd through September 2nd, so that's 2 months, the book is with the beta readers. And while the book is with the beta readers, I'm gonna finalize the book cover because I create my own book covers. And that's gonna be done by August 1st in time for the cover reveal. And then I'm also going to create the street team graphics during that time. So this is kind of my downtime and my time to kind of focus more on social media and promotional stuff. So before that, I have my beta reader call on June 10th. So that gives a little under a month for people to sign up to beta read. And I like to give people about 2 months to read it because it is long and it is also on a laptop. So it can take a little longer, and this is really where you need more cushion time because especially if it's a longer book and people, life happens, so people aren't always going to be able to finish your book by the deadline. I like to give myself some cushion room so that people do have more time to finish it if things happen, and not many beta readers can finish it by the deadline because you really do need beta readers to finish the book all the way through so that you can get a good idea of what needs to be changed and what doesn't. So that's just where I would suggest leaving yourself the most cushion time and really giving that not a harsh deadline because the deadline might change. So before that, I have July 2nd, send book to beta readers, and then like I said earlier, June 10th beta reader call. And then June 1st, I have the title reveal. Before then, June 1st through July 1st is when I'm going to implement my alpha reader edits. So Alpha readers and beta readers are basically the same thing. It's just alpha readers read it before the beta readers do. Alpha readers read up until June 1st. So I have June 1st as the deadline for my alpha readers to finish the edits. It's not a harsh deadline like I was saying with the beta reader. Sometimes life happens and I do need the feedback, so I will extend it if I need to. That's just kind of the deadline that I would like to stay near. So June 1st, alpha readers finish edits, and then June 1st through July 1st, I will implement those edits. So yeah, that is my whole release checklist backwards, and I'm sorry if that was kind of confusing for you. That's just how I like to do it, because going backwards kind of gives me those deadlines automatically. That's just how I like to see it, is backwards. So now I'm gonna go into the colors a little bit. I like to have a little key up here, and it just helps me see kind of more what type of tasks are on this checklist. So the blue ones are editing. So editing for me or other people editing. The purple is social media, and then the light blue / like turquoise teal is logistical things. So logistical as in sending book to beta readers, you know, making the cover, making the social media graphics, formatting, file for copyright, like all of those things are in that logistical section. Going through it from the very beginning to the very end now, so that we can kind of really see this timeline fall together. June 1st, the alpha readers finish editing. June 1st through July 1st, about a month, I implement the alpha reader June 1st through July 1st, I implement the alpha reader edits. June 1st is the title reveal. June 10th is the beta reader call. July 2nd, I send the book to beta readers. July 2nd through September 2nd, the book is with the beta readers while I finalize the cover by August 1st and create the street team graphics. July 3rd, I put out a street team call on social media. July 20th, I select the street team and I email / DM them the goals. August 1st is the cover reveal. September 3rd through November 1st, I implement the beta edits. So this is like connected up here, September 2nd, and then September 3rd, I'll implement those. So this is all getting done as well during the beta reading period. November 1st through December 13th, I do copy edits. Sometime in November, I create the ARC form. December 1st, I put out an ARC reader call. December 14th, I file for copyright. December 15th, I format and order a proof copy. December 16th, I select my ARC readers and create and send out the ARCs. December 22nd through January 10th, I proofread. January 11th, I finish all the edits. And January 12th, I submit the final draft of the ebook and the paperback. And then a week after that, on January 19th, 2027, the book releases. So that's how I make my release schedules. I really hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions at all, please drop them in the comments and I will do my very best to answer them. I am not an expert in self-publishing, but this is my third book that I've self-published. So I can definitely share the things that I've learned from trial and error and just research in general. I really hope that this video was helpful to you, and I really would like to hear about your book that you're publishing or thinking about publishing, and drop the title and synopsis in the comments. I would love to hear all about it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more writing and crafting and music stuff. I share a lot really inconsistently, so be sure you ring the notification bell to know when I post, because not even I know when I post. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!